And now let's check out some of the top trending stories from the courtrooms.
We begin with a report that the Federal High Court in Abuja last Wednesday nullified the National Assembly's Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2018, which sought to provide the order in which the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) must conduct the 2019 general elections. In a suit filed by the Accord Party to challenge it, Justice Ahmed Mohammed held that the bill was in clear breach of the provisions of paragraph 15A of the third schedule of the 1999 Constitution, which empowers INEC to organize and conduct elections. The judge also ruled that for the fact that INEC had issued its timetable for the 2019 general elections, the passage of the bill to reverse the electoral body's decision was in breach of the principle of separation of powers as provided under sections 4, 5 and 6 of the 1999 Constitution. The court also ruled that the powers conferred on INEC to conduct elections comprised the powers to decide the sequence of the elections and fix date for the conduct of the elections, and such constitutional powers could never be taken away by an act of the National Assembly. Justice Ahmed also ruled that contrary to the submissions by the National Assembly, the bill did not have to mature into an act to make a suit challenging its validity justiciable. The same Federal High Court on Thursday permitted the Department of State Security Services (DSS) to tender as exhibit weapons allegedly found at the residence of the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki. Justice Ahmed Mohammed granted the DSS permission while ruling on an objection against the public display of the weapons in the open court. Justice Mohammed held that it was in the interest of justice and fair play for both the prosecution and the defense to witness the display of the alleged weapons. The judge also held that since the weapons were already listed in the proof of evidence made available to Mr. Dasuki, he would not be prejudiced if they were tendered as exhibits and displayed. The matter was then adjourned until May the 22nd and 24th for the display of the weapons and continuation of trial. Still in Abuja, another Federal High Court on Thursday declared as illegal the detention of the former Minister of the FCT, Bala Mohammed. The trial judge, Justice Hussein Baba Yusuf, also awarded the sum of 5 million naira as damages to the former minister. In his ruling, the judge held that keeping the former minister beyond 48 hours constitutes an infringement of his personal rights to liberty. The FCC had claimed that it acted based on a petition from a member of the public against the former minister, but Mr. Bala Mohammed subsequently filed an application for the enforcement of his fundamental rights, which he claimed the EFCC violated by holding him in detention from October the 24th till November the 29th. And in Kaduna, the state government has charged the leader of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, also known as Shiite, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaky, his wife Zina, and 2 others with various offenses, including the murder of a soldier. The soldier, Corporal Yakuku Den Kaduna, was said to be in the convoy of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, during the December 2015 bloody clash between the Shiite and the soldiers in Zaria, Kaduna State. 8 counts were filed against the 4 defendants, El-Zakzaky, his wife Zina, one Yakub Katsina, and another Sanusi Koki. Until the charges were filed this month, El-Zakzaky and his wife have been detained by the Department of State Security Service for over 2 years, despite a court order authorizing their release from custody. The Kaduna State government filed charges against the defendants after weeks of repeated clashes in Abuja between the police and hundreds of protesting Shiites who were demanding the release of the detainees. And we round off in Lagos, where a Federal High Court on Friday granted bail on self-recognizance to the senator representing Delta North in the National Assembly, Senator Peter Nwoboshi. Justice Mohammed Idris also ordered that a senator must present 2 sureties who must produce a 50 million naira bond within 72 hours or the bail will be revoked. The lawmaker was also asked to deposit his passport in the custody of the court pending the conclusion of the case. The judge stressed that he could not travel out of the country without the court's permission until the end of the case. Justice Idris then adjourned till June the 13th and 20th for commencement of trial. Last Wednesday, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had arraigned the People's Democratic Party senator alongside two companies, Golden Touch Construction Project Limited and Swimming Electrical Limited, over allegations of fraud. In the charges, the EFCC accused the senator of acquiring a property described as Guinea House Marine Road in Apapa, Lagos for the sum of 805 million naira when he reasonably ought to have known that 322 million naira out of the purchase sum formed part of the proceeds of an unlawful act.
And that's the program this week. Do feel free to send in your comments via any of our social media handles. You can also watch this episode or past episodes of the program on our YouTube channel. I am Shola Sheyeli. Thank you for watching.